Hello students, you are all welcome to AEA 507 Agricultural Risk Management class. My name is Dr. Mrs. Helen B. Inyang. You are welcome to the first lesson titled Nature of Agricultural Production. This topic is going to be an interesting one. So, in the course of the topic, we are going to look at the following objectives which we intend to achieve. Objective number 1 is to define agriculture. The next one is to explain the features of agricultural production, describe the nature of agricultural products that subject farming to various risks and uncertainty, explain the nature of agricultural products, describe the implication of the nature of agricultural products on transportation and demand and supply of agricultural products, differentiate between agricultural products and products from other sectors. Listen as I continue. Hello students, you are all welcome back to AEA 507 Agricultural Risk Management class, Lesson 1. The topic of our lesson today is the nature of agricultural production. I am Dr. Helen Basi Inyang. We are going to consider the following topics in the course of agricultural risk management. So the first course, that is the first topic we are going to treat, which we are going to treat now, is the nature of agricultural production. Under nature of agricultural production, we'll consider meaning of agriculture, characteristics of agricultural production, nature of agricultural products. Then the next topic will be meaning, sources, and types of risks. Under this, we'll now define the risks and the nature of agricultural risks, sources of risks in agriculture, types of risks, effects of risks on agricultural industries, risks attitudes of farmers. Another one is the risk management. Risk management. We are going to consider meaning and scope of risk management. Risk management process and benefit of risk management. Strategy in risk management. Under strategy in risk management, we'll consider the enterprise diversification, vertical integration as risk mitigation method, aging, license, and off-farm employment as risk mitigation method. Risk management alternative. Under risk management alternative, we are going to consider management alternatives, information, and technology as risk mitigation methods. Then the next topic will be risk transfer / sharing strategies. Under this, we talked about Nigerian incentive-based risk sharing system for agricultural lending, known as NASA. Risks and risk scoping strategies. Then we are also going to consider agricultural insurance. Here we'll look at the meaning and scope of agricultural insurance. We'll also look at the types of agricultural insurance and risk quantification. Under here, we talked about agricultural insurance and insurability of agricultural risks, agricultural insurance in Nigeria, as well as the risk quantification. Then we'll consider the rules of government and information communication technologies in risk management. Then we are going to now dwell on the topic we have for today. Today's topic is Today's topic is nature of agricultural production. Under nature of agricultural production, we are going to look at the meaning of agriculture. What is agriculture? Agriculture can be defined as a production of food, feed, fiber, and other products by the systematic growing and harvesting of plants and rearing of animals to sustain life. Agriculture also deals with farming and raising livestock. Crops and livestock are living things. As such, they are subject to both biotic and abiotic factors, which have made their production subject to risk. Then, looking at this, we are also going to consider the features of agricultural production and risk biological process. So, growing of crops and rearing of animals are biological process. Crops germinate, grow, and produce by natural process. Taking for example, chicken, sheep, goats, cattle, and other livestock grow and produce by natural process. Although a lot of inputs may be industrial products such as fertilizer and their agrochemicals, feeds and mechanical implements, and gadgets, the commodity themselves results from biological activities over which man is limited influence. The implications of these are in two folds. Number one, the weather condition may not be favorable, thereby leading to reduced output. This is known as production or output risk. The second one is that within the natural time limit of production cycle, nothing can be done to hasten or lengthen the production of agricultural products, even if demand unexpectedly increases while production has not completed its cycle. Supply cannot respond. This will subject the farming enterprise to input risks. Then we are still talking about the features of agricultural products. The second one is seasonality. As we all know that the production of many crops depends on season, especially rainy season. Many crops are rain-fed and may not be produced during the dry season. Although irrigation is done to remove this bottleneck in a number of cases, taking for example maize, rice, and some vegetable, this is practicable under a high level of technology, that is in large agriculture, which we know that the small-scale farmers may not be able to achieve this. So most farmers still depend on rain water for their production, especially as water source for irrigation may be unavailable or may depend on rain. This weather condition is a major determinant in crop production. Subject to weather production is the climatic factors, which comes under the umbrella of production risks. Many agricultural production processes depend on the season for full output. Some crops which are sensitive to photoperiodism performs well during certain periods of the year. Cowpea, melon, and groundnuts are known to be sensitive to the time of planting. Some livestock are also known to reproduce in large number at a certain period of the year. Example, pig and layer poultry responds negatively to the heat stress of the peak of the season. The implication of these characteristics is that agricultural products come into market in large quantity at certain periods, that is known as flood period, and are scarce during the lean period, creating fluctuation in price. The third feature of agricultural production and biological risk is structure of the industry. Structure of agricultural industries also subjects farming enterprise to price risks. So production of agricultural commodity is in the hands of small-scale farmers who are scattered about. Small-scale farmers are put to market and forced are beyond the control of the farmers. Farmers are subject to market price fluctuation as well as poor price elasticity of demand and supply. This is due to the biological nature of agricultural production and seasonality. Supply of agricultural products does not respond well to changes in demand and price. Similarly, price elasticity of demand is poor in the case of this. Then the proportional change in either the supply or demand of for agricultural products are always less than proportional change in price. The implication is that farmers find it difficult to take advantage of the price in the market, and the price of agricultural products can get out of control. Taking for example, during the farming season, the prices of things will shoot up. And in the case of this, in the course of this, the farmers can do nothing. If maybe take for example the farmer that farm maize, and during this period the price of maize shoot up. For the fact that the farmer is still in the planting season and the maize is not due for harvesting, there is nothing he can do. He can't hasten to produce and then take it to the market to sell. So the production periods must ends it must be completed before the harvest is being is being done. Then we are also going to consider the nature of agricultural products. So looking at the nature of agricultural products, that means we are looking at the characteristics. So one of the nature of agricultural products is perishability. The second one is bulkiness, differentiation, substitution, raw materials, and then looking at the perishability. Agricultural products are highly perishable, being highly susceptible to advanced weather conditions such as excessive heat, dryness, or wetness. They easily deteriorate under unfavorable conditions and lost values. They therefore have to be disposed of quickly, either by consumption or sale. Taking for example, the farmer who happens to produce tomato in large quantity. And we all know that when the tomato so we all know that during the harvesting period, the tomato may ripe within at the same time. And if the farmer will not be able to dispose this, he will either consume it or the whole thing will, will get spoiled and rotten in the market, in the farm. So the next one is bulkiness. Agricultural products are very bulky. That is, they have much more volume or weight or size than their real value. The volume value ratio is very high. For example, yam, potato, rice, gari, and so on occupies a lot of space, though their monetary values may be very small. Industrial products are usually less bulky, and this has implications for storage and transportation and the final price of the product. Differentiation of goods. Agricultural products are not homogeneous, that is, they are not the same. Rather, they are differentiated physically in size and shape. For example, yam, potato, orange, and eggs. They may be differentiated in their quality. Example, palm oil and gari, in which we have different grades. They may also be differentiated by customer affinity, in which case a farmer sticks to only a retailer for his purchase of gari or rice, for instance. Substitution. Agricultural products have zero elasticity or negligible elasticity of substitution. Food products are agricultural products. There are only a few synthetic products that may be used as food in special circumstances. Items of foodstuff may be substituted one for the other. Example, cocoyam may be substituted for white yam in making pounded yam. Rice and maize are close substitutes in making of pottage, that is tuwo in Hausa, but they are not perfect substitutes. Agricultural products therefore have negligible elasticity of substitution. The last but not the least is the raw materials. Agricultural products are raw material for agro-allied industries. When industrial demand competes with domestic demand, price can become raised, especially in advanced production conditions. The nature of agricultural products and their production processes are discussed above makes their marketing to be unique and differentiated and different from the market of industrial products. Industrial products are not easily perishable, not as bulky as agricultural products, and are not seasonal. They are more homogeneous than agricultural products and often have acceptable substitutes. Price do not therefore fluctuate in industrial market as agricultural production. In conclusion, agricultural production, unlike other enterprise in other sectors of economy, undergoes biological process, which made it dependent on this lesson. In the course of this lesson, we have also learned about the nature of agricultural products and its implication on transportation and their demand and supply. In a summary, you have learned meaning of meaning of agriculture, features of agricultural products, as well as agricultural risks. Agricultural products, unlike manufactured products, are primary products. Hence, they command low price unless they are processed. Some of them are bulky. That makes transportation from one farm to the market is always a problem. And the farmers are compelled to sell their products at the farm gate at a relatively low price to the middleman. So take this, you can go and do these assignments. The assignment is discuss the characteristics of agricultural production and its implication on agricultural risks. Mention the nature of agricultural products. What are the implications of the nature of agricultural products? In our next lesson, we'll talk about meaning, sources, and types of agricultural risks. I am Dr. Helen. Bye for now.